Welcome to this Oracle Backend Developer interview preparation session. In this video, you will get 5 real interview questions with structured answer strategies. Follow the interviewer prompts and structure your response for strong selection outcomes.
Can you explain how you would design a REST API that translates complex Oracle stored procedures into HTTP endpoints? Please cover your approach and considerations.
To design a REST API translating Oracle stored procedures, I'd start by analyzing the procedures' inputs and outputs to define clear REST resources and operations. Then, it create endpoints mapping to key logical operations and handle data conversion between JSON and Oracle types. For complex or long-running procedures, async endpoints or pagination could improve user experience. Error handling is vital to catch DB exceptions and return meaningful HTTP responses. Lastly, I'd secure the API with authentication, parameter validation, and logging to ensure robustness and maintainability.
Can you explain the advantages of using Oracle JSON document store compared to a dedicated NoSQL database in a backend development context?
Oracle JSON Document Store integrates JSON document support inside the Oracle database, allowing you to use JSON with Oracle's mature SQL engine and ACID transactions. This approach simplifies infrastructure by avoiding a separate NoSQL system and consolidates data management. While dedicated NoSQL databases might offer better horizontal scaling and some flexible features, Oracle's JSON store offers strong consistency and the ability to combine relational and document queries. It's particularly suitable when your backend needs both JSON flexibility and powerful transactional guarantees. In edge cases needing extreme scalability, you might consider dedicated NoSQL, but often the integrated approach balances flexibility and reliability effectively.
Can you explain how you tune a slow SQL query in Oracle using execution plans and optimizer hints? What steps would you take?
To tune a slow SQL query, I begin by reviewing the execution plan to pinpoint inefficiencies such as full table scans or expensive joins. Next, I apply optimizer hints like forward slash plus index forward slash or forward slash plus leading forward slash to influence execution paths if the plan is suboptimal. However, I weigh the trade-off between forcing plans and maintainability since hints can become problematic if the schema changes. I also monitor plan stability to avoid performance regressions. This method improves query speed while balancing complexity and reliability.
Can you explain how you'd utilize Oracle Cloud's OCI API gateway to effectively manage and secure a Python microservice in a backend role?
In Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, the API gateway serves as a front door for your Python microservice, managing traffic and enforcing security. I start by deploying the microservice in a container or function. Then, I configure the OCI API gateway to route requests, implementing API keys and JWT authentication for security. The gateway also provides throttling and rate limiting to protect against abuse. One trade-off is potential latency overhead, but it's generally minimal. I monitor usage and scale the gateway or backend as needed to handle spikes. Overall, this setup centralizes security and simplifies management, which is critical in production environments.
Can you explain how you would implement row-level security in a multi-tenant Oracle database application to ensure tenant data isolation and security?
To implement row-level security in a multi-tenant Oracle database, I use Oracle's Virtual Private Database (VPD) feature. This allows me to define security policies that dynamically add tenant-specific predicates to SQL statements, ensuring each tenant can only access their data. This approach enforces isolation without changing the application logic. A trade-off is managing the complexity of policies and ensuring performance. Edge cases include handling queries that join multiple tenants, which requires explicit controls. In summary, VPD provides a robust, scalable solution for securing tenant data at the row level.
This completes your Oracle Backend Developer interview preparation set. Practice these answers aloud refine clarity, and repeat daily for stronger interview performance.